It's the SawCast, where real people speak that real shit on real topics. And I go by the name of Stevo.
And I'm Mary. What the fuck you doing, y'all? Today, we're talking about current events. This is the beginning of Q3, and we're ready to talk about everything that's going on right now. Steve, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
It's always a lot going on.
Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to get into it. Now, current event number one, there's a Memphis mother. She shot a 20-year-old that she found underneath her 13-year-old's bed. She was gone. She came back. She found this 20-year-old under her 13-year-old's bed, and she shot him dead. So supposedly he got shot in the back of the head. So that means it seems like he was probably trying to run away. That's what the narrative is. So, but when the police came and approached her, she said that I was doing what I had to do as a mom. If I see a 20-year-old under my 13-year-old bed, I'm going to kill his ass. And that's what the fuck happened. So, my question is, do you think she was wrong?
Do I think she was wrong? See? All right. What an age gap so significant.
Oh, my God.
It's understandable.
What are we talking about?
It's understandable what an age gap's so significant. Because I never want anybody to die, but sometimes people are sick and tired of predatory behavior, you know? And so if an example is made out of predatory behavior, maybe other people will stop doing it.
Okay.
Right? But there's a few things also. So I'll let you answer the question first.
Yeah.
And then there's a few other things I want to touch on.
Okay, cool. So I'll say I don't think it was a bad thing. If you're a mom and you got a 13-year-old girl and there's a 20-year-old man under her bed, like that is a person who is raping your child. Like that is by legality. She's being raped. I don't care if a 13-year-old addresses you or try to talk to you or wants to fuck with you as a 20-year-old person, you're raping her. So what she did was protect her child, period. And somebody said something about, and you might bring this up, but I'm going to just say it from my point, that the she had already previously told this 20-year-old, don't fuck with my 13-year-old, and he still kept doing it. So if how I'm going to stop you from fucking with my child if it ain't going to be to stop you completely? Because obviously you're going to keep on doing this. This ain't going to be your last time doing it. What are you doing? Why are y'all still talking? You know what I'm saying? And you obviously didn't respect my wishes. This is my house. You are a intruder, and you are here to rape my child. So I'm going to kill you. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
So for me,
I don't give a fuck if he was slow or not.
I wasn't gonna say that, but that's a good point that you made. The three things that I was gonna be is on every one of them, right? Let's start with the oldest to youngest. So with the mother, single parent homes, right? That's why the father is important to be in the house, because then the mother could be there more often monitoring the kids. And then the second thing is the young man. Man, we gotta stop the predatory behavior, bro. I feel like some things have made it like people have made it popular, but it's not cool, bro. Y'all need to stop that, right? Y'all know that if there's a significant age gap at a certain age, right? It's not like it's like 40 and 47. That's different. You know what I'm saying? 20 and 13 is way
wild
different.
Work.
Way different.
That's a teenager and a grown adult.
An adult. So we have to stop that predatory behavior. We have to stop preying on younger women. You feel what I'm saying? I don't do it, but I know it's some of y'all out there to do it. And so y'all have to stop that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not right. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's a kid. You're manipulating her. You see what I'm saying? And I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more common than it should be, because it shouldn't be common at all. See what I'm saying? And then motherfuckers is getting held accountable for it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just the part that, right, I'm like, damn, it's fucked up that he died. But like, if somebody holding somebody like that is doing that heinous action accountable, then maybe more of them will stop. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because Like if you just hear certain shit, even like when as motherfuckers was getting older, like you feel me, like when motherfuckers, it's crazy shit. As a man, motherfucker be like, what nigga say? They're like, oh, she could walk across the street or some shit like that. Nigga say, I'm like, nigga, she 18 and we like 25. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? I'm like, no. And I always been a motherfucker to be like, nah, bro, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Because some motherfuckers is thinking all twisted and weird, bro. You got to get that weird shit out your head. So then for the young lady, you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of our young women are on the media and getting their, like I said before, getting their motivation and getting their role models from like hoes and shit. So now they're on the media and they're out here looking at bad behavior, right? And a person might be doing that because they're getting paid for it, and now they're mirroring those actions. So those are the three things that kind of like stood out to me in my opinion on the three different people and three different scenarios with the ages in the situation.
I don't understand why we're not all in agreement that a 20-year-old should not be fucking with a 13-year-old. I don't really care. Like, it was a teacher. Of course, it's a black woman. You know what I'm saying? That came on was like, he's
you talking about the
he's mentally delayed or something like that. Or okay, all y'all sons are autistic. Like, if we doing really the stats, all y'all sons is really, majority of y'all sons is autistic. They can't read and nothing like that. So it don't really matter. And when they kill somebody, they still send their ass to jail. Facts. Being autistic, being a slower learner does not mean that you don't know you don't know how to make good or bad decisions. Yeah. That's never been a thing in the court of law, period. So if you're raping a child, which means if you're 20 and you're messing with a 13-year-old, you're raping her. She don't have no sense of consent.
For sure.
So if a mother wants to kill him, then it is what it is. It wouldn't even be a thing if a father found her. I feel like this probably wouldn't even be a thing. Like if my dad came in and if her father found that man and killed him, I don't think nobody would even be having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And then it says something. Okay. Somebody said a rumor about Uber. What? Remember you said something about somebody said something about yeah. But it's like, okay, this is a 13-year-old that's kind of probably a little bit advanced, and she probably used her. Okay, my little cousins put their mama's names on DoorDash accounts, on all type of apps that they parents do not know about. They getting these Roblox bucks.
Roblox for
you
sure.
Cannot pay for Roblox bucks if you 13. So whose name is on these accounts? Their parents' names, and their parents don't even be knowing. There's TikToks out there. The parents like, I ain't even know about this. My bill is high.
True.
And this is a 10-year-old that's rolling up the Roblox bucks.
True.
A 10-year-old cannot pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? So like sitting up there acting like there's not a way around that. It's crazy. This man was raping his child. And I can't believe we all in but that's why black women be getting sexually assaulted. You know what I'm saying? Because as a community, we not all on the same page about sexual assault.
Yeah, it'd be too many like people creating other narratives.
Right.
It's like, why are we creating other
narratives? It is what it is.
It's wrong.
It's
wrong.
It's not right.
Wrong is wrong.
It's not right. If it was right, if it was cool, if it was normal, he wouldn't be hiding.
Right.
Oh, well.
Okay, so if he knew. So if he was so slow,
right,
he wouldn't know that was wrong, and he knew it was wrong because he hid.
He hid.
That's case closed right there.
What he got for? Oh, somebody said, oh, maybe the 13-year-old told him to hide. Who gives a fuck? Who told this nigga to hide? This nigga knew this lady said, if you bring your old ass in here and fucking rape my child again, I'm gonna murk your ass. And when he heard her coming in the house, he got under the bed because he knew last time she said that she said she was gonna kill him, and he still was there. I warned you, don't come back in my house.
That's just crazy.
Period. So, no, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And it's a lot of you bitches out here who have been through something like that where y'all have fucked with niggas who were 20 years old when you was 13.
Right.
You got raped, bitch.
Right.
Period. That wasn't consensual. You think it was because you think, say we thinking we grown and stuff like that.
Grown.
And we get a lot of responsibilities as black women, as young black women, and we think we more mature and everything, but we not. The man that was rape, period. You cannot consent to no 20-year-old fucking with you as a 13-year-old, period. And he should not have been looking at you.
Facts.
And all the dudes, and every dude who messes, probably is slow, who mess with a 13-year-old.
Right, because why would you even do that?
Why would you even do that? Current event number 2. ESPN acquired NFL Network. And I think that that was in February. And that enabled the NFL Network to get 10% stake in ESPN. And the deal was valued around $3 billion. So that sparked a lot of layoffs. That was like Ryan, Cam Newton, Charles Davis, people like that. So what do you think contributed to the layoffs at ESPN?
So the main thing is in acquisitions, you gotta, so to speak, cut some dead weight. So when these businesses acquire another business, they gotta cut some expenses, right? Because when they acquire that company, then a lot of times.
What do you mean dead weight?
Huh?
Dead weight?
Yeah, dead weight. Like you gotta cut because you gotta cut the people who are not in line
with where it's going.
Yeah, with your direction.
Yeah, it's true.
Because a lot of times, like, okay, if you acquiring this company, who's going to fall in line the most? It's what you care about. You don't care about who's more popular. You got money and you buying a company, so you know that.
You can make anybody popular because
you are a media company. So the next person up is going to be like, oh,
anybody ESPN puts on TV every day is going to be popular.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're in the media. So you're going to be the next guy up. And so then when they do acquisitions, it's like, who's going to fit the mold? You dig what I'm saying? And the people that they cut are outliers. They're like, I want to talk about what I want to talk about. And let's talk about social justice. They don't care about that. They said, talk about football and shut your ass up. Now, all these opinionated motherfuckers, get your ass off. And it's expensive to have y'all on here because y'all cost more than this motherfucker who will shut the fuck up and talk about what I want him to talk about. Now, in business, I feel like there's no emotions in business. It's like, okay, look at it. Who is going to fit where we trying to go? Who's going to give us less flack? Who's going to be less controversial? Keep all of them. And they wasn't them. And
that's true.
And they all, and I'm not going to say all, but I know Cam and Ryan Clark, they have their own platforms that they have. So they're like, well, y'all already have your own platforms too. You know what I'm saying? And I know for Ryan Clark, because you watched his Pivot interview where they were talking, and I watched some of it as well, and he was emotional about it, you know, and things like that.
Yeah, because he felt like he failed because that's a different type of check he was getting that he's not getting no more. He said he saved some money, but
that's a bag.
But that's a bag he ain't getting no more.
That's
he was like, I was helping my family.
That's a Santa Claus
I was helping
bag.
my mom, my daddy. I was helping my brother, my nieces, my nephews, my kids. Was living a different life, and now I feel like I failed everybody. And it's like that right there is the issue. You know what I'm saying? Me and Steven we have a podcast called The Corporate Podcast, and we break down corporate, period. And corporate does not give a fuck about none of that shit that you got going on, period. When you get hired in corporate, you are whoever the fuck they want you to be when you get hired, period. All this extra shit. And I think it's harder too for Ryan because you kind of got to be yourself in his position.
You see what I'm
saying? You know what I'm saying? So
and as he getting
shying
older,
away for certain stuff might not be you, but at the end of the day,
you're still in a corporate job.
You're still in a corporate job. You know what I'm saying? So going the extra mile to combat something is not the way to do things, period. Because especially on ESPN corporate network, because you are going to offend, you're in front of a lot of people, so you can offend a lot of people. And then on the podcast, he was saying, on Pivot Podcast, he was saying how one of the managers was getting a lot of calls about him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they're calling him every time you're saying something. He's constantly getting calls. That's more work on him. What you don't want to do is make your manager or whoever pay you work harder. Your job is to make their job easier.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So it's like,
but wait a minute,
you gotta pick. Okay, you gotta pick in corporate.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a perspective or do you want to be paid?
Do you want to keep getting your contract signed?
That's corporate for you.
So also, what was I about to say?
You talking about Ryan?
He's okay. So the manager said he was getting hella calls about Ryan, and I don't know. Like you said, in corporate, you cannot.
You can't color outside the
lines. Also, like Ryan was saying, he thought he was gonna retire at ESPN. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I can't believe they let go of the best.
Because he felt like he was the
analyst,
best.
And it's like, this is the thing. When you on that type of scale, the best is whoever they shape the audience to think is the best. You can think you the best all you want to, but that's because you was on ESPN. You made it to ESPN. You know what I'm saying?
You was putting your best,
foot forward. Right. But they can make somebody else the best commentator because it's all about how the public's perception is. So if you think Ryan might thought he was the best, but like they can make another best.
But he's okay. I'll say this: shout out to Ryan Clark.
We do love Ryan Clark.
Pivot podcast. I enjoyed that podcast, honestly. That's one of the podcasts that I follow frequently. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know, when you're in certain places and spaces, which you can and can't frequently speak on, and when you are super opinionated and melanated, you it's like you have to fit into a mold. But I'm glad he didn't. But I'm glad he is open as well and speaking about how he feels about it.
Yeah.
So it knows that, like, damn, like, I damn near knew, but at the same time, I thought, like, I was too good to be let go. Like, fuck, but this shit crazy. That bag is stupid, and I'm getting money, but that bag was stupid. Damn, bro. So now he got a place in space to release that. But at the same time, it's like, there's sacrifices. When you want to be a certain person, there's sacrifices that you have to make.
I think that's what Chance is.
And sometimes the sacrifice is gonna be the check. Unfortunately.
I also I would say with the NFL, with acquiring the NFL, Cam, Ryan, and like a lot of those people were NFL analysts. And so the NFL Network has their own analysts on top of that. So like when you're making a decision like that in the corporate, you have to go down and like, should we, like Steven was saying, should I get this person? Should I take that person? Should I let this person go? Should I let this person go? You know what I'm saying? And so all of the NFL analysts, if you work for NFL Network, that is a very, very conservative corporation. And so they probably all doing what they supposed to do as far as keeping in line with the NFL values, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be analysts on the NFL Network. Right. So they're probably going to lean more into keeping them because they're more non-controversial than the ones who were on. Yeah. So they had to pick whether they were going to keep the NFL analysts or were they going to keep the ESPN NFL analysts, and they're probably going to keep the NFL analysts because, first of all, NFL has stake in ESPN now. So what they show NFL wise is on the NFL too, and that's a very conservative corporation.
Yeah,
so
very conservative platform.
Also I feel like he was saying like I kind of changed. I felt some type of way because I kind of changed who I was to stay at ESPN, like to be, and it's like, okay, at the end of the day, for me in corporate, it's not that I change who I am. It's more so like certain things don't have to be communicated about who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a place for me to all the way 100% be Aerial or all the way 100% be myself per se. You know what I'm saying? It's more so somewhere where I go to do a job and then I leave. When I'm doing a job, I don't have to bring everything about myself to my job. My thing is only to fulfill what they need me to do, and then I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So that is the reason why, and as everybody can see, why Stephen A does what he does. I mean, he necessarily, to me, Stephen A goes a little bit farther with it in Coons, and which means
you think Stephen A be coon?
Yeah, he be. Cause like when he's on other platforms, he still he goes toward that agenda. But then again, I think he's a baby boomer. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so
for
they gonna
real.
do what they got to do to keep
They
their
definitely
check.
color
He's
inside the
not going.
lines.
And if Stephen A loses his check, he don't have no other platform. It's over with. So he has to do everything he has to do to keep hhis job. It's a different thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he gonna make sure he stay in line. He's seen what happened to shit. He done seen what happened to all of y'all.
But Stephen A, it's occasionally he say some crazy shit.
But
occasionally
he say some crazy what?
Some crazy shit.
What do you mean?
Because it was like, was it
not
the Lakers?
You saying not cooning or cooning?
Yeah, not cooning. Not cooning. Because it like, okay.
He still don't take it too far.
Well, I don't know, bro. Okay. Because sometimes he just say some crazy shit. Like for the Lakers, they got like some. I guess European kind of players, and he said Lakers. He said y'all gonna win with a bunch of white boys. He said how the fuck y'all gonna win with a bunch of white boys? And that's like controversial takes that he'll have. Like, oh y'all finna win with a bunch of white boys? That shit crazy. He'll say some shit like that, right? But then Ryan Clark and them will talk about some social justice. You feel what I'm saying? And that'd be a little different. So sometimes he'll say something controversial like that, but for the most part, he do color in the lines.
But that's not something that I feel like is that controversial, because I feel like white men
saying that Lakers, how y'all gonna win with a bunch of white boys?
Yeah, because
that's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy, because I think because white men in sports know that majority of basketball players and people in sports are black.
Okay. I think that's controversial to say.
I don't think it is. Like,
it's a race thing, and race is sensitive in America.
True, but everybody knows that everybody who plays sports is black.
Okay.
So I don't think, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, he don't go too crazy. If that's his most controversial take, then you know what I'm saying. But Ryan just had to learn corporate. What? Anyways. Ryan just had to learn corporate on demand. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me, because I thought that NFL was more corporate-y. But then again, you got an agent to manage your corporate image. This is him managing his own corporate image and really like working hand in hand with corporate and how it works and the politics of it. Current event number 3, Toronto coach said he was suspended for calling Angel Reese a protected species. Should coaches who make those type of remarks be fired, or suspension good enough?
So I looked it up, and she is an Aussie, which is an Australian, and that is Aussie slang for saying that someone who is basically like a superstar, right? Because there's a thing, like the superstars get superstar calls, and that's basically what she was saying. So from culture to culture, things get misinterpreted. And so I feel like, yes, you should get suspended, just because it's like, pay attention to what you're saying. So bringing awareness to what you're saying is the important part. But I feel like it was also the thing where it was like, because there's a trigger in that to where black people, there's a trauma behind us getting compared to animals and shit, right? That is a trigger warning. So it's like a dangerous species. What the fuck you talking about, goddammit? So people automatically go on the offense, and it's automatically controversial, because it's like, what the fuck are you saying, right? So I understand you have slang from where you from, but like we were talking about in corporate, I don't use my terminology from 317 in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? So
True,
I'm not finna say, like, if my manager says, "Oh, let's do this," I ain't finna be like, out the gate nasty. We finna do that.
True, but this is she's in a heightened emotional state.
Doesn't matter.
It don't.
You're a coach.
Yeah, you
control emotions, women emotions. You have, what is there, 5 starters and maybe I think 13 people that's on the roster actively. you have to control emotions, and I'm fuck all that. You know what you doing, and you have to be aware. Like, oh, she's an endangered species. You have to pay attention, especially when you're on a platform like that. You're on TV, and women's basketball is getting more time. So I'm saying, now 5 years ago, it might have been different. When she said endangered species, it might have went under the radar because people weren't really watching it like that. Nowadays, everything the motherfucking WNBA coaches say is finna be like, hold on, she said this, goddamn it, hey.
Yeah, I feel like that when you come over to America and be in tune with the culture and stuff like that, any country that you go to, you know what I'm saying, you need to kind of do your research before you start working there to figure out what you can and cannot say, or are you gonna learn like this? It's either you gonna do your research and it's gonna be plain, it's gonna be simple and plain to you, or you gonna have to learn where everybody getting mad at you and cussing you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the same thing with Tyler. I know she was just having an interview with Ebro, and she was saying like, well, I didn't know to say that I'm colored. But I remember when she said she was colored, she kind of doubled down on her being colored. But then she kind of, when she was talking to Ebro just like recently, she was saying, well, that's a thing in my country. You know what I'm saying colored, and we taking back what that means to be colored or whatever. Kind of like trying to relate it to the N-word, I feel like. But you know, she was kind of like, okay, now I understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So either you gonna do your research, and when people say something, you just listen. That, I feel like that more so is better than, I think that's why she got a suspension instead of a fire. Because once she found out that was something that wasn't supposed to be said, then she was like, okay, my bad. But when Tyler, when we said, hey, we don't use colored, she was like, well, yeah, I use it, and I'm still colored. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers didn't fuck with her like that. But now she coming back and being like, oh, well, my bad for saying that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like a humility thing. If you don't do your research and you say it and you get backlash for it, as long as you like, all right, I'm cool, my bad, I didn't mean that. In our country, just educate.
Yeah, learn.
And then educate Americans on what, you know what I'm saying? Because America is a melting pot. So we are more susceptible to learning about other cultures than other countries are to learning about other cultures, really. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you go to another country, it is what it is. Don't say it is high here at the highway, but we a little bit more accepting because it's a lot of different people here anyways. You know what I'm saying? So if you come on humility, my bad, this is how we say it in there, I ain't mean it like that. Everybody be like, all right, cool. Don't be trying to double down on the shit. You know what I'm saying? No, and we straight. No, we straight. Silly. Current event number 4, Nolan Wells. His body was found. So we all know about the Nolan Wells story. It was a teen who went on July 4th with his friends. They went on a boat trip, and then he was the only one who didn't come back from the boat trip alive. So they did a second. So it happened in Mississippi. Oh, I think it's Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Ocean Springs did autopsy, and then the parents requested a second autopsy in DC, and so those results were presented, and basically it said we couldn't really find nothing because all the body wasn't sent to us. All we know is that he got hit in the back of the head. We don't know how, we don't know when or nothing. We don't know nothing else. All I can tell you, that's what basically DC examiner said. All I can tell you is he got hit in the back of the head because all his body parts wasn't sent with him. And then they said the most important thing that wasn't sent, that would have maybe helped them figure out what happened to him, was the throat. His throat wasn't sent with the body. So they don't really know what happened to him. Yet they can't say it. They can't tell you. And so my question was, do you think it was a cover up? My thing is, I'll just go with the facts. I don't want to get into all that, but I'm just going to go into the facts. When Nolan Wells came back when his body was found 2 days later, his mama said that the sheriff called him and told him, or the sheriff or whoever called her and told her that it was an accidental drowning. It was ruled an accidental drowning. And that was like, what, a couple days after Nolan had died, right? And so his mom was like, I don't know if that's a thing, because how do you know he accidentally drowned already without doing the proper, review of the body and everything. So I want to get a second opinion, and I'm going to fly him to DC. And that process was stalled by Mississippi, and as we see, parts of his body wasn't sent and stuff like that. So my thing is, if y'all knew 2 days after he died that he drowned, then what are we keeping parts of his body to do investigations for? I thought y'all already did that, because you ruled it a drowning. So what is the point in keeping other parts of the body if you already know what happened? You should be able to give the whole body over and be like, well, our people know it was a drowning, so here's everything so you can confirm it was a drowning. Why is there certain parts of his body not being sent if you already know what happened? So they're saying the reason why because they're saying, like, medical examiners are saying the reason why parts of his body was held back is for further investigation. But you already ruled what it was, so what are y'all investigating more for? That's weird.
They're investigating more to keep the narrative the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like, to go way back to the civil rights, I feel like with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the I Have a Dream speech, it's talking about integration. I feel like that integration and I Have a Dream has turned into a nightmare. And I feel like it's so scary to be a black man hanging out with majority white folks, because now you have to think like, damn, can I be the next victim? And you could literally just be in an affluent area, and most of your friends are white. But for me, it's like when they turn that switch, it's so sinister. And you never know who can turn that switch. What time?
My thing about it is, I don't even, like, black people are going to bring race into it because we got trauma. It's trauma. Clearly. With that. But I'll say I'll just say I don't get why they get all this hate, because let's talk about the facts. They sent their son out on the water with a group of white people. There were no black people except for him. So obviously these people are not racist. If they felt some type of way against white people, they wouldn't have sent their son to be with a whole bunch of white people. They clearly trusted them.
The first time he even did anything
they trusted them. His mother was actually supposed to go out of town, so they fully trusted all these white people with their black son. So no, there's not no racism on their side, like, oh, this is a black or white thing. They simply said, why did everybody else's kids come back from July 4th and my son did not? That is the only question that they was asking. All this extra stuff on race and everything is other black people's trauma that they are spewing on the internet. These parents only wanted to know what happened to our kid. Why didn't our kid come back safe? What happened to my child to where he didn't come back safe? Why did Warren get to come back safe? Why did my kid not get to come back safe? Everybody knew my son had to do a football thing next day. We knew that he was doing football camp and stuff the next day. We knew he was finna take off. Why didn't he come home? And I trusted y'all with my son. Where is he? Why did he come home? What happened to him? It was a group of y'all together. Is 50 plus white people. Nobody seen what happened to my child. What happened to my son?
Crazy, man.
That's all that they said. So all these other people mad, talk about this is a white black thing and all that stuff. It is on the internet, but in real life, these people did not even blink to think to not have their kid around all the white people. But they didn't trip.
It'd be crazy though, man. Like I said, because like it's anytime it's something like that with the traumas, you know what I'm saying, that happened in the past, it's always the race card is gonna always be brought up because it is a trauma for us.
I mean, this I think also just like deductive reasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's 99.9% of everybody is white, and then there's 1.0% of one person that's black, and he's the only one that didn't come back in Mississippi. And then they said it was an accidental drowning, and this is like a expert swimmer. He wouldn't have you could put him in any water and he's not going to drown. He don't drown, nigga. He's 18. He been out on the water plenty of times. He don't drown. He can swim. Drown? How he drown? If we gotta, this is like saying like Michael Phelps drowned. How Michael Phelps drowned? If he drowned, something must have made him drown because he can swim.
Right? How a fish drown? Type shit.
How a top level black 18-year-old athlete drown? Long wingspan, long leg span, everything. Drown. How did he do that? That's all they want to know. What happened to my kid?
I hope they eventually figure out what happened to him. And situations like this are tragic, and because when you go, if you try to go deeper into it and create other narratives, it gets sticky. So I just hope that they figure out what goes on and they actually get the real truth.
Yeah, and I just really want everybody to understand that no hate should be going to that family because they had no hate in their heart at all.
Yeah, all love to them.
They didn't have no hate. They was really cool. Like,
they have all love. All love and support should be going
facts from everybody.
For sure.
Anybody in America, if your kid go missing, if everybody kid come from the birthday party, but your kid,
empathy.
Where your kid at?
Just use empathy.
We all need to be trying to figure out where that kid went. Just like when the Amber Alert happened, and every little kid of every different race be going missing. We all looking for that kid together.
Right.
So why is it different this time?
Look for him together.
Let's all figure out what the fuck happened to Nolan.
Together.
Exactly. All right. There's a black plus size creator who is
I'm ready for this one.
who is having issues online. She actually stopped. She said she's not going to be on social media anymore because she posted a snack plate. This was a plate that she was eating at like the middle of the night. And this plate had two grilled cheese sandwiches. She added, I ain't gonna lie, she added caramelized onions on both of those grilled cheese sandwiches, and the grilled cheeses had homemade bread, and the bread was this thick. So that was 5 pieces, four pieces of bread,
like bagels, not bread.
And then she had some gummy worms in a bowl. She had some Cheez-Its,
and she had some
chocolate covered 4 or 5 chocolate covered strawberries, and she had another piece of butter bread that she made.
So 5th piece of butter bread.
And so there were people, black women, and this is a black creator, black plus size creator. There were black women in her comments that were saying that's not
it's not healthy.
That's not a snack plate.
It's definitely not a snack
That's what
plate.
they were saying. That's not a snack plate. I don't know about that being a snack plate. And she came back and said she was sad, and she was like, she has an eating disorder, which is obesity, I believe, if that's what she's saying. And y'all don't. What else would it be called? And then she said,
"You funny as hell."
She said she got an eating disorder, and when you have an eating disorder, like on her type of eating disorder, people don't like to see you enjoy food. And so she was like, you're fat. People are fat phobic, and they don't like to see fat people enjoy food. And, that's the issue. So my question is, were those people wrong?
Hell no, man. Hell no, them people weren't wrong, man. I feel like, all right, man, let's be fucking for real. I feel like it's went too far, man. I'm all about body positivity, et cetera, et cetera.
Right, because you like them thick.
I do like them thick. I'm a mama. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Look.
So my best friend, my best friend's a doctor. I love talking about my best friend being a doctor. That's my favorite thing in the world. But no. My best friend's a doctor.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to my nigga Natera. Dr. Natera.
He gonna say my nigga Natera.
Sorry.
Dr. Natera.
Shout out to Dr. Natera because she's a professional.
Because she's on a mission right now.
My dog. She is in Jamaica helping people.
Shout out to Natera,
she's
man. Dr. Natera.
Anyways, I sent this video to Dr. Natera, and of course, you know, we're IT. She's a doctor and I'm IT. So first thing we did was put it in ChatGPT. ChatGPT said it was 2,000 calories, but they didn't factor in the fifth piece of bread. So I said, if we factor in that fifth piece of bread, it's probably 2,700 calories that she was eating in the middle of the night. In what world is 2,700 calories a snack?
It's crazy, bro.
Now, a snack plate on TikTok is like red onions and pickles and a cracker and a piece of cheese and piece of turkey.
Yeah, you know.
Basically a sandwich broken out into
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Yeah.
Like we used to say back in the day, hors d'oeuvres.
So when somebody see trolleys on their cheeses and big old pieces,
I ain't gonna lie,
big old pieces of bread, they was like, that's not a snack. That's not a snack.
When she did the candy and the cheeses, I feel like people would have let her get away if she took them off. It's like you already was doing the most, but then when you put Cheez-Its and fucking candy in there, it's like, bro.
My thing is
okay. Here we go.
My problem is fatphobic is crazy when we all fat. I don't like myself. I love my motherfucking self, but what I'm gonna say is that plate went 2,700 calories. I mean, that plate with no snack plate. 2,700 calorie plate is not a snack plate, and I'm fat.
I feel like we gotta stop.
What we talking about?
Promoting bullshit, and that's bullshit. Like, morbidly obese motherfuckers overeating is bullshit. Stop fucking overeating, bro. That is a mental disorder. That's what the fuck that is. Because motherfuckers need to go outside, take a motherfucking walk or something.
And you a manipulator for trying to make us feel like we wrong for saying that
emotions.
Trying to make us feel bad for saying that your plate ain't no fucking snack plate.
You's a fat motherfucker. That's it. We technically,
and then want to say we
fat motherfuckers too. So we call fat motherfuckers. Shit. We just said. Hey, technically by the book, bitch, we fat too. But so we
fat phobic against ourselves?
Hell nah.
No.
Your fat ass went too far. Stop.
Bro, chill. That's all we said. Big mama.
Right. Extreme mama.
What did you make homemade bread for anyway?
All right, hold on. I don't feel like that was wrong.
That was a big ass
piece. Homemade bread, like if she had a sandwich, homemade bread, because I'm sure when I seen that caramelized lamb, I said that bit probably fire. But I'm saying, once
she caramelized the fuck.
Oh my mom, that bitch probably fire. I was like, damn, that grilled cheese probably slapping. But I'm like, one grilled cheese and the chocolate covered strawberries. Okay, I'd have been with you. We would have been in the paint. I don't give a fuck what time you eat that. I'd have been in the paint because sometimes I got myself self-control issues. But when you do the 2 sandwiches with the cheeses, with the strawberries, with the candy, with an extra piece of bread,
buttered,
bitch, that like 2.5 meals, bitch.
And this is my thing. You got that big old thing of water. They ain't stop you,
bro. I thought you been full off the water.
When I get water when I'm in a restaurant and I start eating, I stop eating because I'm all the way full to the max. So you're like Steve said, it's a mental thing because you're turning off the fullness that you feel and you're continuously eating. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw this girl, like, y'all calling people's jobs about this, saying, oh, if you're a nurse and you're fat phobic, you don't need to be a nurse. Are you crazy? A nurse, a health professional is the best person to tell you that ain't what you're supposed to be eating.
They supposed to tell you.
Nurses care about your well-being. So if they gonna let you eat like that and kill yourself, that's our problem now. It's a lot of women that have died in the black community because motherfuckers weren't telling them that shit ain't no motherfucking snack plate.
Swear.
That's not what you're supposed to be eating.
That's not what you're supposed to be drinking. It's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Like, my best friend, when we had conversations, and she like, when I remember when I was trying to lose weight, I'm like, I'm not eating that much. She like, you got to be, nigga. You got to be. I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not, nigga. I only eat twice a day, and I don't eat that many calories when I eat it. She's like, put that shit in the motherfucking thing so we can count the macros. That shit was astronomical. And I wasn't sitting up there
astronomical,
bro. Well, damn. It wasn't 2,700. But I'm saying it was just more than what I thought. It was more than what I thought. I'll say that.
Sure.
But I'm saying I wasn't combating my best friend on that. I was like, okay, nigga, I was like, damn, I gotta modify my Chipotle bowl.
It's like, damn, you right.
My Chipotle bowl was overly. You know what I'm saying? I don't get sour cream in my Chipotle bowl, and I don't get cheese in my shit no more either. Because those are high calorie things. I don't get that. I don't get sauces and everything. If I get Chipotle bowl, it's totally different. And that's because my best friend said, bitch, you eat Chipotle, but it ain't healthy. And I'm like, bitch, you tripping. Yes, it is. I put it in there. She was right. And that was before she was a doctor. So, like, at the end of the day, like... Stop it.
Greedy.
You're greedy.
It's greed.
And stop calling people fatphobic. We all fat.
Right.
Who's not fat in America?
If I'm fat, I can call you fat. Stop fucking eating, fat motherfucker.
What the fuck? That's like saying I'm racist toward black people. Nigga, I'm black.
If I tell your ass, act accordingly in motherfucking public, act accordingly in public. Fuck is you doing?
If I say you being too ghetto, you is being too ghetto because I'm ghetto than a motherfucker. So if you more ghetto than me,
right.
You overly doing it.
In public, you just manners. Damn, just have manners. Stop being fat.
Oh, okay. ChadwickBoseman's brother filed a petition to remove his wife from being the admin of his estate. And it was saying that his parents didn't get everything that they were entitled to out of ChadwickBoseman's from when he died. And Jamal Warner's ex-wife, is suing his estate because he didn't honor the prenup. So basically his prenup said that she would be taken care of, like she would have some certain amount of months and she would be taken care of. And I believe that Malcolm was supposed to do a insurance policy on himself so that if something happened, it would go to her so that she could continue to be taken care of after he died. But that actually didn't happen. So she's like, okay, well, in my prenup it says that he would have taken care of me. He still was supposed to be taking care of me, but his mom is not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And what my question is, I guess, is why does it get so sticky with black families when somebody dies?
Resources, man. When you have a community that lacks resources, people leave resources. Right? Not everybody leaves something, right? So when people do have something to leave and people's emotions are in a heightened state, then now it's like, what does my just do? What do I feel entitled to? And that's where it goes, because we've seen this, you know, a time or two as we've gotten older, to where it's totally different when somebody's there and what they promise you. But that's why I say it's very important, like, if you're a person that has resources, man or woman, make sure that people know where your resources are allocated to. Make sure that person knows. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, I'm not even saying the whole estate and all of that. Even if you don't go that far, make sure you know who your beneficiaries are. Let's go for the first step. Make sure you know who your beneficiaries are. And I feel like it's important to have these conversations with each other. Like, we hate to have the death conversation, but as we get older, somebody gonna die. You feel what I'm saying? And we were just having this conversation yesterday, and it's like, you have to have that conversation with that most responsible person that you know would take care of things if you ever pass away. Accidents happen, crazy shit happen. It's life. So at the same time, these are scary conversations, but at the same time, they need to be had more. So when this time comes, we at least be like, we had this conversation and this is what happened. Like, what happens when a person dies and all of that, the emotions that people have, that's in the air. we can't do nothing about that.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to have that conversation so at least somebody knows that, hey,
because you're not gonna be here to say it no more.
Right. When I was here and I was alive, Ariel knew that I said, God damn it, hey, certain motherfuckers, if they want certain shit, let them have that shit. But then you, bro, make sure you get that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's left for you. God damn it. And then you'll be the beneficiary on certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those conversations had to be had, and it gets sensitive and it gets real touchy when a person passes away, and then especially when it's a wife or ex-wife and a person was feeding them. Right now, you don't have that source of income. Now you don't have that resource coming your way, so it gets touchy and emotional. But it just brings awareness to these things, because I feel like we talk a lot of times about floozy bluesy bullshit, but let's talk about the real shit. If I die tomorrow, motherfucker, who the fuck is gonna be my beneficiary? If I die tomorrow, motherfucker, who the hell is gonna have the resources that I left? Who's going to be responsible? If I go into a coma or something, who is going to be the person that over my health, right? And if I'm in a certain state, what decision would I want them to make? These conversations have to be had.
I feel like Steven was saying, it's a lack of resources in the Black community. So, when black people don't prepare for shit either. They're never prepared when somebody dies. It was like, even in our family, I'm not going to say anybody's names of who died in our family, but I'll say that people knew that this person was going to die, and they still was not prepared when they died. I'm saying, what y'all going to do with this? What y'all going to do with that? What y'all going to do with this? They not talking about it. They're not talking about it. And then when the person died, it was like, whoo. But the person had been dying. You know what I'm saying? They still wasn't figuring things out.
For years.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, that's definitely something that the Black people, they don't prepare for anything. Even with Malcolm Jamal Warner's wife, like, at the end of the day, like, she probably thought he was going to live forever, but it was up to her to make arrangements to where if he didn't live, what would happen. Because at the end of the day, she's an ex-wife. So I believe when he dies, I think legally, and if you're a lawyer, you know, you can correct this, but, like, I think legally when he dies, everything in that prenup go away. So trying to get something from the state is kind of crazy, I think. Because that's like a trust, I believe. So, like, it was up to y'all to make sure that stuff was in order before he died. That didn't happen, so now we're in an unfortunate situation. So it's like, I think a lot of it is just preparation. And as Black people, we need to do more to prepare for these type of things, instead of, like, thinking that people gonna live forever. Like, no, like, prepare for the shit.
Prepare for the worst.
For the worst,
and hope for the best.
Next topic. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, he couldn't make the NBA schedule until LeBron finalized where he was going to go. But now we know LeBron is going to the 76ers. Philly. So, why do you think LeBron's positioning in the league is so important?
Because people try to act like these young guys is the face of the league. LeBron is still the face of the league. Okay? Let's be real. I say this. I feel like we don't appreciate LeBron.
Say go.
I don't feel like we appreciate LeBron enough. Because, no, seriously, bro.
Who don't?
A lot of people don't appreciate LeBron, bro. I feel like his longevity alone.
Nope.
It's
you don't think nobody appreciate LeBron?
Bro, it's a lot of people
that
don't.
He's a billionaire. We definitely do. It shows.
You do.
No, I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I still don't think he the GOAT, but
I'm not talking about
of right now. Yeah, he is.
I'm not talking about that conversation. I'm just saying, like,
he run the league for sure.
I'm just saying him as a person. People be trying to downplay it sometimes because
I don't know why they would do that.
And because Kobe and because this guy, I'm
like,
bro,
LeBron is different.
Care, bro. I'm like, I don't care about
LeBron is different.
I'm like, bro, for him to play at
he
the
get
level,
on my nerves the way he be doing stuff.
He's so funny, bro.
He's him though.
He's him, bro.
I can't deny it,
bro.
Even though he get on my last nerve. Even going to Philly irritates the fuck out of me to my core. You going up there with it be like that? That's what you gonna do.
And Jaylen
that
Brown.
irritate and Jaylen
and Tyrese Maxey.
He irritates me to my soul. He always wants to make the Monstars. Everywhere he goes, he wants to be.
But about this, but okay, like I said,
he is that nigga though.
But like I said, that's why it matters because like a Minnesota was one of the teams that he would have went that they said he could have went to. They're gonna get ticked because the younger the younger Ball brother is there. I forgot his name, but the younger one's there with Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
So that alone for the first probably quarter of the season, they gonna get more TV time just because how's their chemistry? How are they going? But if LeBron was there, they getting TV time for the whole motherfucking year. But if he goes to Philly already gets TV time. But with Jaylen Brown being there and him being there, and the addition of VJ Edgecombe and the point guard Tyrese Maxey and Embiid being such a star in name still, even though he has health issues, it's like they always got TV time, but now they finna be like with Boston. They finna damn near get the same TV time as Boston now. You see what I'm saying? Because LeBron is over there. And it does matter because whatever team he's on is going to get more TV time. So when people are like, oh, why would it matter? LeBron was then he this. And I'm like, y'all always, when somebody, that's the thing about being great. They always try to bring up your worst of yourself. People always going to judge you. Look, if I ain't never told you nothing, I'm going to tell you this. People always going to judge you on the worst version of yourself. LeBron had teams that he got there just because he was an orchestrator. And he got some of them teams to the playoffs and the finals and shit just because of him and how he knew basketball and how he made this person better and say, go over there. And if you come off the screen, you're going to be open. Appreciate his mind. You feel me? He's a genius, bro.
He is a genius.
And then at the same time, like, I don't give a fuck, bro. If he want to play till he's 40 and play to his best ability, and he spent $1 million on his health a year, bro, I'm all for it, bro. And he should be. And he still until he
paid
leave,
to sit on the court.
And he still until he leave. He's gonna be.
And they're still gonna pay for them tickets.
Until he leave, he gonna be him. Period. Point blank. Until he leave, he gonna be him.
He's LeBron.
So stop hating.
Yeah, so his LeBron's position in the league is LeBron. He runs the league.
It matters.
Where he go matters because where he go, everybody gonna go. Where he go, the fans going.
Facts.
All his fans said, "Ron, where we going?
Another jersey."
They said, "Where we going?"
It probably fans that got all his jerseys.
Woo, we love 76ers. Now we 76ers fans.
Oh, my mama hit the chat like, motherfucker in the chat like 76ers. We up.
Facts. He has like the basketball fans in a chokehold. Even the ones even if you don't like LeBron, it's still in the chokehold. We still want to know. Not say I love LeBron. I'm not gonna say I don't like LeBron, but it's just a little shit that he do that really get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? But he's still LeBron though. So it's like, even if you don't like LeBron, if you feel like me, or if you love LeBron to 100% everything he does, you're following LeBron and whatever he does. So it doesn't matter. So, like, if he plays a game, if the 76ers play the Mavericks, I'm going to go. I'm going to want to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to want to go.
We might have to look at the schedule.
I'm just saying, like.
Nah, seriously. You on to something.
I'm just saying, I'm going to want to go. Them tickets going to be sold out. Probably already.
Hey.
When Adam put that motherfucking
let's look schedule
at
out. Right. When he put that schedule out,
the crazy part about it is Adam knows that LeBron is. Also, we know that LeBron is strategic. So, we know wherever he go, it's gonna be crazy. We knew it was gonna be crazy.
Philly?
So when he said Philly,
it's crazy.
Wow. Now the Philly fans is like, it was the Knicks. It's our turn now. Nigga.
Facts. We finna win a year. We finna win 2 years in a row. And he took a minimum contract.
He playing for fun.
Facts. He playing for legacy.
Right. He already a legacy.
True, but you know, when they compare him to Kobe got 5, I think. And so now he's trying to get, I think he got 4, and I think he's trying to get 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I think he got 4 and he's trying to get 5. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah, but understandable. He got $1 billion now. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. Your son playing What? He's a different type of goat.
No,
it's like
real.
how you free in the NBA,
bro? Because he's a billionaire.
Billionaire, and you good at what you do in your craft, and you strategic, and his political game is retarded, retunto. He got friends on every team.
He do.
Everybody, if you're not his friend, you want to be his friend.
So it makes sense that he on the East Coast because he is a politician.
Might go get Durant, but Durant might come over there. I'm just playing out.
That's too much. Durant ain't taking no minimals.
He can't afford to right now.
Facts. He ain't taking no minimals.
He already began hurt shit. That's my dog though. And then my dog, I want to also plug in there Giannis, my dog. He went to the Heat. He tired of being cold up there in Milwaukee. And he at the Heat now with him and his family. And I just love Giannis and his family.
In Miami with the Heat.
Love them. Next. So we can wrap it up with this Fibroid Awareness Month. Our last podcast was all about fibroids and being a Black nurse practitioner. So what we wanted to do was wrap up the podcast with what we learned from Fibroid Awareness Month. I'm going to go first. I'll say the first thing I learned was that 80% of Black women will have fibroids. I knew it was high.
Which is crazy.
But that's like almost all of us. So that's
almost.
Something. Yeah. So anemia, if you're feeling anemic, you feeling tired, you feeling lethargic, you feeling lightheaded, it's probably
your back might be hurting.
It's probably a fibroid. So go get that checked out. And if you want to get checked out, the second thing I learned was about I got an intravaginal what's it called? Ultrasound before, and that's when they go in. That's when you really get to see how many fibroids they can count. So if you feel like you have fibroids or something like that, you can go to your doctor and you can talk to them about that and tell them that you want that type of ultrasound. You don't want the regular one, you want that type of ultrasound, and they will get that for you. So I found that you can get that. And also one good that can prevent other things too, like that can prevent cancer and all that stuff as well. So getting that intravaginal ultrasound is very, very, very important to like your livelihood as a woman. And then the other thing I learned was that how important getting your labs done were. So you can get like your blood drawn, and then the lab can go through and figure out how your vitamin B, D levels, your iron is, all that stuff, and that can tell you exactly what's going on with your body and get you more get more energy in your system in order for you to do what you need to do as a woman. So that's all things I know that I learned that was really good. I mean, I've learned a lot more things, and if you want to learn about fibroids, just go back to that podcast, the previous one before this one. But I really feel like we helped a lot of people with that one, and I'm really proud of that one.
Nah, for real. I feel like that's gonna be a one where people go back to for like months, weeks, years later. And that one, what I learned was like, I didn't know it was that common, and then it also opens conversations with women, because my barber got me right. She get me tight. She's a woman, and when I talked to her about it, she was just like, we was having just a dialect about it, and I was like, damn, like I would never had that conversation that I had with her if it wasn't for that podcast. And that's the reason why I enjoy having these podcasts and having these people on the podcast and having different people, because it brings awareness to certain topics. And I feel like as men, we should be more educated on the anatomy of the woman, especially the Black woman as a Black man, because we can help understand each other more, and it helps our community. Because now, since we know the Black woman a little bit more, and then now it's like, oh damn, like I can't understand what you're going through because I don't feel that, but at the same time, I can have some sympathy for you because I'm like, oh damn, like that's serious, because I researched that. So now I see, like, damn, that's really affecting your body. You feel what I'm saying? And if she's going through something, you could be like, damn, is you all right? Because you've been a little bit more moody lately and things like that. So it's just having those conversations and having that awareness behind that, it increases the education and increases the camaraderie within the community. And those are conversations that continuously need to be had, because I feel like they're not had enough.
Yeah. And this is SawCast. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your cousin.
Yes, and please talk about these topics that we talked about today with the people that surround you and get the conversation going, because we want Nolan's story to be told. We want fibroids to be spread on that.
Fibroids.
Yes.
Women's health.
We want women's health, men's health, men's mental health. We want to also spread the news about corporate. If you want to get that bag, what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what you want to do. It's what you gotta do. And it's the SawCast. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.